what is on paper a very, very big fight. Billy Joe Saunders, well, Andy Lee, the WBO champion at 160 pounds versus Billy Joe Saunders has been postponed again. We don't have a date. This is the second time it happened. The first time it was because Andy Lee was sick, you know, but I was hearing rumors that ticket sales weren't doing so well. They rescheduled it, put it in I believe Manchester, and now Billy Joe Saunders has suffered a cut in sparring. Now, were ticket sales still doing well? You can't fake a cut. Let's just leave it at that. Even though Tyson Fury may say a little different, you know, you can't fake a cut in training camp. I'm actually excited for this fight, and I'm just actually pissed off that it's taken so long to come into fruition. Why? Is because this is a fight where the winner of Golovkin versus Lemieux will be the WBC interim or WBC silver, the IBF, the WBA Super World IBO champion of the world. And if they fight the winner of Billy Joe Saunders, Andy Lee, they can capture that belt and just be one belt, one title away. You know, whether Andy Lee, Billy Joe Saunders, Golovkin, or Lemieux, you know, even if you want to throw Cotto versus Canelo into the mix, but I don't see Canelo really competing in that tournament. And if you really look at it, it is a tournament in a way, because Andy Lee and Billy Joe Saunders are not affected by the boxing politics when it comes to networks. And that's a title out there that Andy Lee fought Peter Quillen, and then if Peter Quillen would have won, that fight ended in a draw, we would have likely been seeing Peter Quillen fight whoever and not go nowhere near Golovkin, Lemieux, Canelo, or Cotto. So it's actually good, you know, it's actually a good fight for the landscape of boxing as a whole, because the winner of that, you know, can either fight the winner of Cotto versus Canelo, you know, and I'm sure if Cotto beats Canelo, he wouldn't have no problem fighting a Billy Joe Saunders or a Andy Lee. You know, in my personal opinion, you know, I think Miguel Cotto can beat both of those guys. But the thing is, now that this fight's being postponed, you know, how does that play into this unofficial tournament we got going on? Because fans are already saying Cotto, Canelo, and Golovkin and Lemieux are in a tournament, but they're not talking about how you got Andy Lee and Billy Joe Saunders out there. And this is a division, the 160-pound division, all with the exception of Miguel Cotto, can be unified, and there can be an undisputed champ without any politics really being involved. By the way, I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live for RealCombatMedia.com. I cover every single major fight live. As I said earlier in the video, it was supposed to happen in October, I believe like October the 6th or something like that. I forgot the exact date, but basically this is the second time Andy Lee, the WBO champion at 160 pounds versus Billy Joe Saunders, has been postponed. The first time because Andy Lee had some type of virus, and you know, he would have to take some time off of training camp. The rumors I was hearing that ticket sales wasn't doing so good. But now you got Billy Joe Saunders, who suffered a cut in training camp. And I'm guessing now this fight's not going to happen till what? I'm going to say late November. You know, something like November the 30th or November the 23rd or something like that. I don't know, something like that. So it's a fight that I was looking forward to. Of course, I guess we'll know within the next few weeks when the fight is actually going to happen. They've been doing all these, they've already done 2 different press conferences, if I'm correct, maybe 3, and now they got to do this whole promotional process over again. But at the same time, it's giving both fighters more, you know, time to prepare for each other. Me, who do I have winning the fight? I gotta be honest with you, I'm going with my boy Billy Joe Saunders. I really feel as though sometimes he underestimates himself, because he says things like, you know, he knows he's not ready for Golovkin and those names like that. But it's like, when are you ever going to be ready? And he can really box. And what we saw against Chris Eubank Jr. fight, whether, you know, depending on how you view Chris Eubank Jr.'s punching power, Billy Joe Saunders showed us that he's got an engine, meaning, you know, that he's got the stamina and stability, the stamina and endurance to go for all 12 rounds, but also he can take a punch. So it all depends on how you look at it, I guess. I'm T Street Controversy with RealCombatMedia.com, and I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.